It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Imagine a group of friends from a neighborhood called Hollis, Queens. They loved making music and they decided to create something really special and unique called hip hop. That's how Run DMC began. Even if you never heard of Run DMC, they're the greatest hip hop group ever, according to MTV. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the second hip hop group behind Grandmaster Flash to ever be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And just like many of you that are watching right now, starting your businesses, they were unlikely pioneers and they had just a dream and passion. Now, let's just talk about Run DMC and just one of their, I believe, biggest hits. I was listening to it this morning, and the biggest hit was Walk This Way, Talk This Way. I know I can't sing that good, but it was a song that made with rock and roll legend Aerosmith. And this was something totally different. I mean, mixing rock and roll and hip hop together. Think about that. Run DMC taught us about innovation. They weren't afraid to think outside the box and do something totally unusual. It's like when you try new things in your business and your clients are really excited about it because of something you did, something that you was innovative about. That's where the sales come in. Now, Run DMC had their own style, right? Okay, they had these big fedora hats. You remember those big black fedora hats? I had a fedora hat. Don't judge me, please. They had the sweatsuit. Remember the sweatsuit? I had a sweatsuit. Don't judge me. And they had the unique, one-of-a-kind, big gold chain. Now, I didn't have the gold chain. We couldn't afford that right away. I had a fake look-alike gold chain. Okay, don't judge me. But they were authentic. They were unique. And this taught us the power, I believe, as sales professionals, CEOs, because we are the number one salesperson of our company, the power of being just yourself. And in business, I believe it's essential to create sales positioning or a brand that's uniquely yours because people appreciate what makes you special, what really makes you unique. Now, you think about Run DMC songs, and boy, were there a number of different songs that they had. But their songs to me were like stories. They shared tales of their lives, tales of their experiences. And this was a great way to connect, not only with their fans, but people who just didn't know who they was. And this was a great way to introduce storytelling. And then in business, isn't it really about your story selling? Digital story selling is the key. And when you tell your stories about your products or your services, people get excited. They want to be part of the journey. Now, one of my 12 rules for life, and Run DMC, I think, emphasizes so much, is that collaboration crushes competition. And the group, Run DMC, they made deals with Adidas. That's one of them, right? So they wore the Adidas sneakers. And in return, Adidas promoted their music. It's an example of a strong collaboration. Put this in your notes. Success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. And in business, working with others can help you reach whole new heights that you never thought was possible. Think of it like joining forces with a friend to accomplish a task together, and you're able to do so much faster, so much further when you do it as part of a team. So what's my big takeaway this morning? The secret ingredient. That's it. They had the secret ingredient. So what's the secret ingredient, Shay? What can I take away from Run DMC's journey? Well, here it is. Just like Run DMC, as a CEO, you need to be ready to learn something new. Stay open to new ideas and please embrace changes. Keep things fresh to earn new revenue from your existing clients. And when you do, they'll want to return. They'll bring their friends and their other colleagues along. It's all about rocking your way to success. So remember, your business isn't just about making money as a CEO. Although we're talking about how sales impacted Run DMC, it's about creating something special, making a mark in the world, and having fun while you're doing it. So keep your dreams big, just like Run DMC, and keep rocking your way to success. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. If that touched you and that was an idea you like, look right below, and just write those comments. Keep thinking big. On this particular episode today, I want to be able to share with you as we welcome you to the CEO Sales Huddle. I want to be able to share with you a couple things that's going to help you along this journey. And one of our personal mantras is learn, earn, and return. Now, I believe that every day a CEO needs to look at their business and say these words, and you can repeat them along with me. I have to learn something new. Isn't that what sales is all about? In order to earn new revenue from my current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So it's learn, earn, return. Learn, earn, return. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients in order to get new and old clients to return. Earn, learn, and return. So what's the categories that we love to talk about? What's the objectives? Why do you show up? Why are you here? You're here to learn, earn, and return. And our number one objective is to access our daily sales progress. And also to address any roadblocks that might be out there and to understand the 5 pillars of success that's going to help us along this journey. So let me give you just an overview of what is CEO Sales Huddle, because for some of you, I know I'm welcoming you back. Some of you, you're here every day, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And there are other folks that are tuning in for the very, very first time. You have no idea what's going on. Maybe you got this link and you showed up. So let me just give you a quick overview, which I love to do every episode and share this with you. What are our objectives? Well, I did the objectives, went backwards. Sorry about that. What is CEO Sales Huddle? Let me take this down. And why are we here? We're here so it's a place where CEOs come so we can learn how to sell more faster. Put that down in your notes. Sell more faster. And why do you show up? Why do we ask for 15 minutes a day? Why should you be here every single day? Sales growth, accountability, and consistency. Take a look right now in your business. Isn't it all about sales growth? Isn't it all about accountability? Isn't it all about being consistent? So how long are we here? 15 minutes. Each day we have this online broadcast and you get an opportunity to tune in, which you are right now. Our number one outcome is $100K a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And I want you to think, you had an extra $100,000 going to your bank account month after month, over and beyond whatever's going there today. What does that look like? What does that feel like? How does that change the trajectory of where you are? And here's the cool part. There is no barrier other than your commitment to show up for yourself and to show up for your business. There's no credit card. There's no check that's needed. You get to show up. You get to do what you do. So now let's do a check-in, as we do every single day. And we do a segment called the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, in the CEO Sales Dashboard, this is when we do a metrics review. Now you're going to do this. You're here. You showed up, right? So we do the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, some of you who went over to ceosaleshuddle.com, you registered. You put your first name, your last name in, and followed the instructions. You're going to get the CEO Sales Dashboard. There is no cost. But let's take a look at a couple indicators on there. Please. No, seriously. Take a look. Open up your dashboard right now. If you don't have one, it's okay. How many leads came into your database yesterday? And that's just a question to ask. Now, a lead, it means you got someone's first name, last name, phone number, and email. Doesn't mean they're ready to buy. Doesn't mean they're even interested. It means you got their information. Or you reached out as a CEO to someone so you can establish the contact. That's a lead. Now, they become an engaged lead, which we'll teach later. We'll teach that much later. This is not the time to be teaching. But they become an engaged lead, by the way, when they opt in, when they say, oh, I'm interested. They raise their hand. They have a problem. But for most folks, no matter what they say about leads, and there's a lot of definitions out there, I believe everyone would agree with me that a lead is someone that you could contact if you decide to do it. How many appointments did you run yesterday? Now, if you have a team, some of you have teams, I get that. You can look at the team number of appointments your team ran. Some of you are the number one salesperson. You're the CEO. You're the number one person. The revenue is dependent on you. And then take a look at your calendar. Like open your calendar up. I have my phone here, and you could open your calendar up, and you can go right to your calendar. Like right now, this is not a beat me up session. This is looking at our CEO sales dashboard. It's like looking at your bank account. Every morning I go look at my bank accounts. I got a couple of them, but I have one main one I like to look at, right? And you want to see how much money came in. And so now you're going to look at how many appointments do I have set for today? What's the value of the appointments that are on my calendar? You know, when we first started this, it was something I did, and I didn't take it as seriously as I needed to. And by going through this process with you, because I show up as I'm accountable to you, just like you're accountable to me, and I decided there were some appointments we need to take off the calendar. There were some appointments we had to move to other slots because it wasn't serving, I'll say, my mission, goals, and objectives, okay? How many offers did you make? Or did the company make yesterday? An offer meaning you at least said, would you like to take the next step? That could be an offer. That means they want to buy, but you took them from first base to second base or second base to third base. I'll teach that segment later, something I learned from my good friend Daniel Grissom with deal closers. And then how many deals came in? Now, I like to look at my Stripe account. I like to look at my merchant account. Those are deals that you close, but also you look, when you check your CEO sales dashboard, see the money that came in. And then how much of that was repeat business? And how many opportunities did you have to do additional business with customers you were already doing business with? This is a CEO sales dashboard, probably one of the most important pieces we could do. I wanted to bring something every morning to you that had so much value that it was, I don't know, this is like a $50,000 or $60,000 a year mastermind. And if you was in this mastermind, you had this conversation, you had 15 minutes, and you were at a high-level mastermind, you would be going through these details right here. And that's the value that we want to bring. So let's step back and do a segment called Celebrate Wins. And I love Celebrate Wins because it's the most important part that we can do. Sometimes we have a way of beating ourselves up, and I don't want us to ever beat ourselves up. That's not the purpose of these sessions. So celebrate the wins. And as you look back on some of the wins that you had, imagine for a moment, what are you most proud of? Think about yesterday. Think about your sales activities. What are you most proud of? Now, some of you can put it in the notes below. Some of you can send me a message over at I am Shay Brown. I do respond, as some of you saw yesterday. When you send me what you're proud of, you make any comments, you send me a DM, I personally look at it myself and I respond. What was your biggest accomplishment? Think about that right now. What comes top of mind to you? Yesterday. Not 2 years ago, yesterday. And what do you want to brag about? Like seriously, like if you could right now, I could open up these lines and you could join on right now. What would you brag about from yesterday? Celebrate wins. I don't think we do that enough, myself included. And then our next segment we have on the CEO Sales Huddle is overcoming roadblocks. You know, life is a series of high highs, low lows. It's a series of peaks. It's a series of valleys. It's a series of ups and downs. There's seasons, summer, winter, spring, and fall. Things happen. So we want to acknowledge the roadblocks. We want to acknowledge what's out there. We don't want to ignore it. So what was your biggest roadblock yesterday? We're not doing a week's review. On Mondays, we normally do a week review, but where we are today at the end of the week, we're just looking at what was your biggest roadblock yesterday? Seriously, just look at yesterday. And then today, when you look at your schedule, you've got 24 hours today. You got 1,440 minutes. What's going to prevent you today? What's your biggest setback? What's your biggest block? And then you take a moment in this 15 minutes that you have at the CEO Sales Huddle, and this is all about you as the CEO and me as the CEO. You're an amazing CEO. You're incredible. It's what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move your life or business forward. Now, from a sales perspective, like one thing, like it's completely in your control. Roadblocks, they're important. So now we're going to go into a segment. It's about learn, earn, and return. And I'm going to talk about one of the segments, sales planning, there's sales cycles, there's sales positioning, there's sales indicators, there's sales team. And these 5 pillars, every CEO should or needs to know in order to grow and to make money. And I want to share one of the pillars we're going to talk about today, which is really around mindset, which falls into all of these pillars, to be honest with you. But I want to give you the 3 keys to success. And I want to share those with you as we go into a segment because we'll never stop learning. When the question is asked, when do you stop learning? The obvious answer is you never stop learning. So we're going into CEO sales overtime, right? By the way, CEO overtime, right? I promise you 15 minutes. I know we're about that 15-minute mark. I got a little excited with the Run DMC story that we opened up with, by the way, because I think it resonates with sales and why it's so important. If you're getting value out of this, and this has already been good to you, I'm about to teach the 3 things that every CEO knows. 3 ways to elevate your sales results. Something that was taught to me and has helped me. And I'm going to take just a little more time and overtime and go over that. But if you're watching right now, I promise you 15 minutes. If you've got to go, I get it. Do me a favor. Drop me a comment. Hit the share button. Go over to @IamShayBrown. Follow us, by the way, if you're on YouTube or you got the podcast. And let me know your big takeaway already. Like, seriously, like, drop me a DM and say, Shay, my biggest takeaway. If you got value, hit the like button right below. That helps us. Or make a comment below. Good stuff. It helps us help other folks. So the 3 ways to elevate your sales results. There I was in Rockland, California. I was working with a gentleman by the name of Eric. Eric Lofton was my mentor. I went out there at that time. I was broke. I had to borrow the $5,000 to be a part of this program. It was so I flew from DC over there. My family thought I was crazy. My brother gave me the $5,000, but I went out there because I believed that this person could help me. And just like Run DMC, the example that I've got, you've got to partner. You got to learn. You got to be open to learning new things so you can earn new revenue from existing clients. So in order to get new clients and existing clients to return, right? So I go out there. Didn't have that distinction then. I have the distinction now. When I'm there, he gives me an idea. Now, how many ideas do you need to change your life? 1. How many ideas do you need to change your life? 1. Put this in your notes if you're taking notes. 1 good idea implemented, just 1, is better than 1,000 ideas you know right now. So one of the things that Eric shared with me while I was out there is he said, here are 3 ways that you can elevate your sales results. So I took copious notes. I was there in this certification class, and I could learn and I could teach it. And here's what he shared, and it made a big difference for me. It's called the inner game, that's 1. The outer game, that's 2. And the 3rd is action. Please jot this down in your notes. Like, seriously, put this in your notes right now. We're in overtime. We're in CEO overtime right now. But put this in your notes. Inner game, INNER game. The second way is outer game, OUTERGAME. And the third way is action. So you got the inner game, the outer game, and action. Let me give you a 1-sentence definition just so you have it for your notes. The inner game is the mental side of success. So it's your belief systems. It's your comfort zone. It's how you deal with the fear of rejection. It truly, at the end of the day, is your mindset. And as you show up for the CEO Sales Huddle, what is your mindset when you leave? Now, you're already CEO. I get that. But what's your mindset of focusing on sales as the oxygen to your business success? What is your mindset about going after new opportunities and reaching out? So yesterday, I went way out my comfort zone, and I contacted 5 folks that had been on my bucket list to contact. I sent them a LinkedIn message. Okay, we're not even connected, all right? But I did send them a message, and I sent them a message to connect. And when I finished, I was like, I did it. Now, I had been holding off trying to do this 5 outreaches a day because I told myself I'm not ready. The website is not all there yet. We're launching CEO Sales Huddle. Wait a minute. What about the Comeback Champions Summit? We've got some cool things going on. I'm not sure if I'm ready to do this yet. And then yesterday after this, as we were preparing the material for today, I said, Shay, it's all about the inner game. You can be uncomfortable, Shay, and still take action. You don't have to be comfortable. And so I did it, and I feel so good. Now, this is not going to be a confession every day, but I wanted to confess that to you. And what's something that in your mind has been holding you back that you totally control? That is Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe Bryant. He said I got the Mamba mentality behind me, that you could control the controllables, that you can do that. All right, the second fundamental way to elevate your sales results, to have sales success beyond what you ever thought as a CEO for yourself and for your team. And for some of you, if inner game is your thing, look right below the video and just put the word inner game. Just put inner game. Just put inner game. The second way is called the outer game. The outer game is the tactical side of selling. So it's your lead generation systems. It's your appointment setting systems. It's your time management. It's your sales funnels. It's your CRM. It's all the tactical things you have to do in order to generate sales. So let's say you had from my outer game, let's say teach you a technique called baseline strategy. Jot this down in your notes. Baseline strategy. So your baseline is everything you're doing today to produce the results you produce in a day on a monthly basis. So let's say your baseline today in terms of leads and bringing in new people who don't know who you are today is 30 a month. That means you look at your database, one comes in on average a day. Doesn't matter how to get there, but at the end of the day, you've got 30 new contacts in your database. Then your baseline is everything you're doing today, out of game, to produce 30 contacts a month. It's the number of phone calls you're making. It's your webinars. It's your time management. It's your collaborations. It's your speaking. It's your podcasts. It's all the stuff you're doing with your team. Here's what the baseline strategy says. Add one new idea or implement a new strategy. Let's say you rated yourself as you're listening right now, baseline, you rated yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. In fact, go ahead and do that. Rate yourself right now on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of how you go about generating new leads every month. If 30 is good for you, if 1 means you're not too good and 10 meaning you're amazing and 30 is good for you, then put down 10 because you're freaking amazing. You can't get any better. Put a number down. It's called baseline strategy advanced, but you can handle this. I've got a few minutes. You can handle this. Put this down. And let's say you're doing 30 a month. You're looking at your CEO sales dashboard and you are a 5. Most folks, when they rate themselves honestly CEOs in the area of lead generation, which is the heartbeat of the company, they're a 3 or below. Okay, on average, a 3 or below. It doesn't matter. It's not a beat me obsession. So let's say I'm a 5 and I want to go to a 6. What's one thing you could implement to go to a 6? That's the outer game. What's one strategy you could do? Maybe for some of you, it's paid ads. Some of you, it's collaborations. For some of you, it's making sure you show up every single day in the CEO sales huddle. You take one idea because you're here for sales growth. You're here for accountability. And you're here for consistency so you can get your revenue up to $100,000 per month plus in consistent, predictable, reliable income. And we would all agree, no matter what we think about sales, no matter what we feel about business, without any leads coming in, there is no sales growth. In order to get new customers, you need new leads. Most people would probably agree with me on that. So now we got 2 parts. We got the inner game, outer game, and action. The inner game, once again, was your mindset. It's your belief systems. The outer game is all the tactical things you have to do, and we'll be teaching tactical strategies as we talk about the 5 pillars of sales here. And then the last area is action. And action is just moving yourself to follow through and do all those things that you know you should be doing in your business right now. It's one thing to intellectually know to do something. It's another thing to actually do it. Now, how do I know? I got 2 boys. Well, they're 2 young adults right now. They know everything they should do, but when they was little, they didn't always do it. Checkmate to Shea Brown. I didn't do a lot of things. Give you an example. It's all about action. Just yesterday, I was heading over to the gym. Fortunate to go to DMV Iron Gym. Now, it's in Virginia. It's about 25 minutes from my house, but I go there because it has the number 1 equipment on the East Coast, by the way. You can go Google DMV Iron Gym. It's amazing, and they have power lifters in there and power women in there, and it's like a place for steroids. And I go in there, and I'm the shortest. My wife says I'm tall, by the way, but I'm the shortest guy in there most of the time, and these guys are younger and bigger, but I'm always inspired when I go there. And I love the equipment, and they've got great trainers. They got some folks that are average there as well. Anyway, my point of telling the story is when I go there, yesterday was leg day. Now, how many of you know when it's leg day, well, I don't get excited. Maybe you do, but some of you, hopefully you can relate to me. It's leg day. Shea Brown, thinking about, do I really want to do this today? Now, I go to the gym on average, probably 5 to 6 days, at least 5 days a week. Many times 7 days. But I hate leg day. After all these years, I still hate it. And I walked in there not wanting to do it. I even convinced myself when I got there, because all of the machines that I wanted to use, my favorites were taken, that maybe I'll just skip leg day and do back and shoulders. But then I looked over at the Stairmaster, and there was 4 of them empty. I hate the Stairmaster, just like I hate the treadmill. I like running, but I hate the treadmill. I hate indoor stuff. But I told myself, Shay, it's all about action today. And I forced myself to go over there. And while I was there, I actually put on Run DMC. I listened to Walk This Way. If you haven't heard the song Walk This Way, I know I talked about Run DMC earlier. That's probably why I'm talking about it now. You should go just type in Google, YouTube, for all the folks that are much younger than me. Just type in Walk This Way with Aerosmith. You got to watch the live version. It's just amazing. Anyway, I'm on the treadmill, and I'm listening to Walk This Way. And as I'm doing it, these ideas that I'm sharing with you came to me. So the point of me telling you that story, and how does it mean to you? What's relevant to you? There are some things in your business from a sales perspective that you may not want to do. It's uncomfortable. There's some actions you can take. Sending the email that may be uncomfortable. Maybe there's the podcast you should do. Maybe in your business, it's the collaboration and training and the hard conversation you have to have with your team or letting a team member go. Whatever it may be, whatever the action, the universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. I want to encourage you today to take the action. I didn't many times in my life take the action. I took the action yesterday. I'm celebrating that win. That's one of my biggest accomplishments. I did leg day, got off the treadmill, did 12 minutes. Listen to Walk This Way about 3 times. It's like 4 minutes long, by the way. And then I did the machinery. But it held me back just because I didn't do the things I know I should do. And I've done that in other areas of my business. It's caused me a lot of pain and heartache and even in my life. And so I'm sharing with you that you can do this, that you got this, that I'm going to encourage you to focus on the inner game, the outer game, and take massive action. When the question's asked, what would you do differently, Shay, when you started your business all over again? I would take action faster, and I'll try to get wealthy as fast as I possibly can so I can enjoy the other side. With that being said, thanks for hanging out in overtime. Thanks for being here. I want you to know that you're amazing. You are an amazing CEO. Do me a favor. Look right below the video and just put, I am an amazing CEO. Just put, I am an amazing CEO, because you are. You're incredible. You showed up. I'm so excited to be here. We'll be back again to CEO Sales Huddle. We're in overtime. I know I did the 15 minutes, and then we did 15 minutes of what I call CEO overtime. Some of y'all want the first 15 minutes and you're gone. Some of you want the first story out. Then the others of you like to hang in. We do the learn, earn, and return segment. And that's when I share something that you can share with your team to help you grow, to help you have sales growth, help you be accountable, and help you be consistent. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown. I know you're incredible. I know you're amazing. And I'll see you over at the CEO Sales Huddle. We're out today. Peace, everybody. Talk to you.